Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to our GRB online classes. So today we will learn about the third chapter of our civics subject, and that chapter name is what? Accountability of the government. Okay, and the role of parliament. So what is accountability? Means government, or you can say the government body which consists the prime minister and other minister, they have to what? Answerable to the what? Citizens for their work. That is known as accountability. Okay, in the session, in budget session, the government or the Lok Sabha, or you can say the prime minister leaded Lok Sabha, that government what? Always answerable to the citizens, and they have to what? Calculated all the financial activities in front of the citizens. Okay, that is known as what? Accountability of the government. And the role of parliament. Okay, in the government procedure, or you can say in government body, how what parliament played their role. Okay, so parliament consists of what? Prime minister and the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, it consists of what? Indian Parliament, or in Hindi it is known as Sansad. Okay, in our previous chapter we had already what? Discussed about that, or came to know about that India is what? Federal form of government, or parliamentary form of government. In federal form of government, what? There are what? Two or more types of government rule in India. In central area, the central government is rule over there. In state areas, the state government is responsible, and in local area, the local government administrated that particular places. So in our previous chapter we had already discussed about that, what India has a parliamentary form of government where Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and Prime Minister play its roles, and as well as what India has a representative democracy. Representative democracy means where the people, or you can say the representatives, are elected by the people or elected by the citizens directly. Okay, so in this chapter we will clearly what study about what the governmental works. Okay, for the you can say for the society, for the citizen, as well as the government also what? Answerable to the citizens for their work, for their welfare work. After that, the role of the parliament in governmental works. Okay, so let's start the chapter that India has a parliamentary form of government where Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and Prime Minister what? Combine the governmental bodies. Okay, and also what? Federal form of government where two or more, you can say, government are ruled or administration a country. Okay, after that, in parliamentary government, the legislature is known as what? Parliament. Legislature is one of the important organ of the government also. Legislature. After that, there are three important organ, or you can say institution of the government. What is legislature, executive and judiciary? Legislature, executive and judiciary. The parliament is also known as what? The legislature body of our government. Okay. Then, and the executive, prime minister and minister, other prime ministers, prime minister and other ministers, okay, they are combined, the executive body. After that are combined, and the executive is accountable to the legislature. Means the prime minister and the other minister are the cabinet ministers who are help the prime minister in his work, they are always responsible to parliament, or you can say legislature body of our government. Okay, and India has a representative democracy. Representative democracy means where the representatives are elected by a electoral system directly by the citizens. Okay, which means people elect their representatives. In other words, the representatives are accountable and answerable to the people who have elected them. Means it is the duty, or you can say prime duty of the representatives. Okay, because they are elected by the people, or they are chosen by the people. Okay, they have to answer to the people for their every welfare work, for their every work. Okay, then the people bestow the power in the hands of their elected representative, who works on behalf of the polity to create an ideal society by way of fulfilling their aspiration for a good civic life. That's why what the people, or you can say the citizens, what elected their representatives for their better life, for their betterment. Okay, however, there were other ethical reasons why our constitution makers opted the parliamentary government. They were as follows. Means why our constitutional maker, okay, you can say why did the constitutional maker what choose a parliamentary form of government. Here are the reason. Listen carefully. That the parliamentary form of government, it minimize conflict between the legislature and the executive. Means the parliamentary form of government what separated the powers, or limited the powers, you can say separated the powers between legislature body as well as executive body. Means in parliament what the work of the power, you can say the work of the legislature body is different, or you can say the limit of the power of the legislative body is different, and the executive the limit the power of the, you can say, executive body is also different. So there is the what you can say separation of powers between legislative body and executive body. So there is no chances of quarrel, or you can say conflict, or you can say disputes between legislative body as well as executive body. Okay, and a judiciary body is the independent body. These are the three important body of our government: legislature, executive and judiciary. And the powers are equally divided between legislature, executive and judiciary. Judiciary played its role independently, but the power limitations between among legislature and executive is separated. They were what followed their own way to fulfill the welfare, fulfill the, you can say, wishes or aspirations of the people. So there is no chances of what discussion, or you can say no chances of disputes or conflict among between legislative body and executive body of the government. Okay, then amenable cooperation between the legislature and executive. Means this parliamentary form of government create a cooperation between, or maintain a good relationship between what legislature and executive body of the government. Because in here the prime duty of what legislature department is what form law, form rule and regulations for the people, for the population, for the citizens. Okay, and legislature, main function of legislature to form law. After that, the main function or chief duty of the executive body is to what executed the law. What executed the law? Execute. Form law. Then executive executed the law. So the work of this two department, the two you can say these two bodies are different. Okay, so there is a what good cooperation between what legislature and executive body, because the laws are formed by legislature, and the prime duty of executive department what? To execute the law which are made by legislative department of our government. So they have to what? Maintain a good relationship, maintain a good cooperation between them. Got it? After that, more accountable and responsible by the parliamentary form of government, by the institution, by the departments. Okay, the government of India is more responsible as well as more accountable. Okay, because in here the representatives are chosen by the people as well as the powers of the government are also, you can say, separated in different organs of the government. That's why what the government of India is always accountable or answerable in front of what? Citizens, in front of parliament. Okay, the parliamentary government is more responsible as the prime minister, and the minister are answerable to the Lok Sabha, because the minister and prime minister run the government. That's why what? The legislature body, you can also say the legislature body always answerable in front what? Lok Sabha, in your house. Got it? After that, the Lok Sabha can remove the prime minister and the minister by passing a no confidence motion. Okay, the Lok Sabha has the power to remove the prime minister if the prime minister is not able to what? Do good work for the people. Okay, after that, in day-to-day working also it controls the executive by asking question, making laws through debates and discussion, etc. The passing of annual budget for the various departments expenditure is another important mechanism of legislative control over the executive. So this through this lines, through this sentence, we can able to know about that the chief organs, chief department of the government is what? Legislative. Okay, and the legislative as well as the executive department controlled by the Lok Sabha, the lower house of our parliament, and it is the most powerful house in the parliament. Got it? Because Lok Sabha is the legislative body of our government, and Lok Sabha is also what? Controlled over legislative as well as executive, and Lok Sabha has the power to what? Remove prime minister as well as his cabinet minister also. Okay, and prime minister and minister combined for government, and they will run the administrative system. That's why the prime minister and the minister are always accountable as well as answerable in front of Lok Sabha, in front of legislative department, in front of parliament. Got it? After that, adaptable and live, the government cannot adopt an autocratic approach as it is answerable to the people. The government always what you can say accepted or adopted the welfare policy for the population. Okay, then the parliamentary system is more accommodating and flexible if its policies are what? Biased. Okay, or you can say if its policies are wrong for the citizens, it can be voted out by the legislature. The government does not have a fixed term. If the government can able to do good work for the people, okay, after 5 years the people will what? Choose the government again. But if the government fail to do good work or welfare to the society, then after that in the election procedure, what? The people, or you can say the citizens of that country, what? Will choose a different government or remove the government. Okay, it remains in power only as long as it has the trust of the people. On the loss of support of the majority of legislators, the government has to resigns. If the government, or you can say if the prime minister and his governing body, or you can say his cabinet minister is not able to give an answer to the legislature, then Lok Sabha, or the legislative body of our parliament, can remove the prime minister as well as the cabinet ministers also. Okay, then after that, this is the, you can say in this way what the government is accountable. The government is accountable. After that, our topic is organs of the Indian government. Organs of the Indian government. What organ? Legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay, these are the three most important organs, or you can say department of the government. Okay, the powers of the government are divided between legislature, executive, and judiciary. The powers of the government are divided between this among three organs: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Let's have a look how that what is the chief function of this department. On law, executed law, after that interpret the law. Okay, these are the prime duty or chief function of this department. What? The chief function of the legislature department to form law or created law for the welfare of the citizen. After it created the law or form law, the executive department has to what? Executed the law in a lawful manner, in a well manner. After that, what? The judiciary, work of the judiciary to interpret the law, to check the law whether it is beneficial for the citizen or not. So these are the important three organs, three departments of our government: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay. After that, two houses of parliament. So parliament consists of prime minister, Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha. So let's have a discussion about the two houses of parliament. The first one is what? Lok Sabha. Or you can say the legislative body of our government. Lok Sabha is also known as lower house. Lower house. Okay. So the composition of Lok Sabha, it is the lower house and comprised of representative body of the people directly chosen by universal adult suffrage. The Lok Sabha members are directly chosen by the people, or you can say the representatives are directly chosen by people. Okay. In other parliamentary democracies, it is also referred to the House of Commons of the House of Representatives. Okay, this house is also known as lower house, or you can say House of Representatives. The members of Lok Sabha are directly chosen by the citizens. Okay, maximum number of seats as per constitution can be 552, of which 530 are from state. Means the seats are 552. The Lok Sabha seats are how many? 552, of which 530 are from states. 530 from states. Okay. After that, 20 from union territories and 2 from Anglo-Indian community. 20 from union territories and 2 from Anglo-Indian. Means there are how many seats in Lok Sabha? 552 seats. And among 552 seats, streets stand for 530 members to Lok Sabha. Then 20 members are elected from Union territories and 2 from Anglo-Indian community. Okay. Then, if in his opinion the community is not adequately represented in the house, okay, after that tenure of the Lok Sabha. Tenure of the Lok Sabha means the time duration of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha has a term of 5 years. How many years? 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting. The president may dissolve the Lok Sabha before 5 years. The president has the power to dissolve, or you can say remove the Lok Sabha members, okay, before 5 years. But the time duration, work duration, you can say the tenure of the Lok Sabha members is how many years? 5 years. Okay. In order to stay in office, party must have the support of more than 50% of the members. Majority, if no party or a coalition succeeds in getting a majority, the Lok Sabha is dissolved. However, during a proclamation of emergency, this period may be extended by Parliament by enacting a law for a period of 6 months, not exceeding 1 year at a time and not extending in case beyond a period of 6 months after the proclamation has ceased to operate. In case of emergency, president can, you can say president can president has the power to extend the tenure of the Lok Sabha member, and it goes to what? How many months? Only 6 months. So you can say commonly the tenure of the Lok Sabha member is 5 years only. Okay. After that, qualification of members means how can a person become a member of Lok Sabha. Okay, what are the, you can say qualification details. Got it? Since the Lok Sabha comprise of elected representatives people, verdict resigns supreme. Therefore, in order to become a member of the Lok Sabha, no formal educational degree is needed or required. However, the Constitution of India lays down the following qualification for the members. Okay, that the person should be a citizen of India. Then the person should be at least how many years? 25 years age or above 25 years age. His or her name should be in the voter list in any part of the country. The person must show allegiance to the Constitution of India and abide by it. The person should uphold the unity and integrity of India. Then should possess any other additional qualification prescribed by the Parliament. Okay, if the person has this type of qualification, then the person become the members of Lok Sabha. Okay, by chosen by the election procedure, and the citizen has the responsibility to choose the person as a member of Lok Sabha. Okay, so these are the qualifications which are provided by Indian Constitution. Became a member of Lok Sabha. Got it? So these are the qualifications of or become a member of Lok Sabha. Okay. After that, how could a member can disqualify from Lok Sabha, or you can say the disqualification of members from Lok Sabha. As a responsible individual, certain moral and social ethics, or you can say principle, need to be followed by elected representatives. A desirable code of conduct and etiquette can prevent disqualification from contesting elections. A person is disqualified from becoming a member of the Lok Sabha in the following cases. What are the cases, or what are the ways that through members can disqualify from Lok Sabha? That are the person is working in a government organization or in a corporation having 25% government share. However, some officers are exempted from this rule by the parliament. If a person rule in the government organization and having 25% of government share or government finance, then the person can disqualify from the Lok Sabha seat. Okay, then the person is of unsound mind or an insolvent. If the person of unsound mind, okay, then the person should be, you can say, disqualified from the Lok Sabha. A person is disqualified to remain the member of the Lok Sabha if he or she becomes the member of Rajya Sabha. One can be member of only one house at a time. Okay, at a single time there is no provision that the person is a member of Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. A member if he or she wanted to become a member of Lok Sabha, then he or she not allowed to a member of Rajya Sabha. There is no provision in the Constitution of India. Okay, after that he or she has been dismissed from government service on charges of corruption or disloyalty. Okay, if he or she practiced bad work or on corruption or malpractices, then the person should be disqualified from the member of Lok Sabha. After that, the member has not attended the house for more than 60 days without information. Okay, so in this cases the person can be disqualified from the members of Lok Sabha seat. Okay, after that, process of Lok Sabha elections. How Lok Sabha elections are held? Conducting election is a mammoth task in geographically diverse and vast country like India. To ensure representation of all, the country is divided into smaller territories of electoral units called constituencies, and constituencies are formed on basis of particular you can say on basis of that particular population. Okay, the small constituencies are formed on the basis of populations, and the elections are held to upbring that constituencies. Okay, then every citizens above the age of 18 years, okay, unless disqualified by law, can exercise his right to vote. This is called universal adult franchise, and this voting process is known as a universal adult franchise. Okay, every 18 years you can say youth or 18 above, they have the right to vote or cast their vote and choose the good representative or suitable representatives for them. Okay, after that, some of the constituencies may be reserved for the election of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe members. For ST, SC in Lok Sabha elections, some seats of constituencies are reserved for economically backward class people like ST and SCs. Okay, then the officials and volunteers on duty with the election commission travel to remote areas with electronic voting machines, EVMs, through which the people cast their vote. Okay, so and the election system is led by the Election Commission of India through EVM, electronic vote machine. Okay, the people or you can say the citizens are able to cast their vote and choose their appropriate representatives for their betterment, for their better life. And the speaker is the chief of Lok Sabha, who the speaker, you can say the presiding officer of Lok Sabha is the speaker. All the members of Lok Sabha elect one of the members as the speaker. Among Lok Sabha members, they are choose a presiding officer name speaker, and this presiding officer leaded the Lok Sabha assemblies. Okay, then in absence of the speaker, the deputy speaker discharged the duty of the speaker. Okay, the speaker is expected to remain impartial. Okay, the speaker has to remain impartial, and in the absence of the speaker, the deputy speaker take the charge. Okay, then about the powers of the speaker, the speaker presides over the Lok Sabha. Okay, ensures discipline in the Lok Sabha, or maintain discipline in the Lok Sabha. It is the duty of the speaker of Lok Sabha. Then certifies money bills. Then speakers can cast vote in case of a tie. Then permits members to ask question. Okay, so these are the responsibility, or you can say these are the powers of the speaker of Lok Sabha. Okay, so this is all about today's class about what the representative democracy, then parliamentary form of government which are administered in India. After that, what the legislative body, what prime minister, then ministers. After that, the parliament, prime ministers, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. After that the organs of the different organs of government and work of the government, that legislature, executive and judiciary, and finally what Lok Sabha, composition of Lok Sabha. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.